and welcome back to another Cozy Tarot Sunday reading. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today's Cozy Tarot Sunday reading is for April 17th to April 23rd. As always, for the self-care portion of the reading, I'll be reading from the Tarot for Self-Care by Minerva Siegel. I'm still using the Botanica Tarot. This is by Kevin J. Stanton and published by Hive Books. I do have an unboxing of this particular deck on my channel, so you can definitely check it out. It'll be linked in the cards above. Just click the eye in the top right-hand corner, and you'll find the video linked there. Now, if you are new, this is the reading that I do. So it's the week ahead reading with the focus for the week, what's needed to embrace the focus, what's needed to let go of, and of course the self-care for the week, because self-care is very important. So let's get to shuffling to see what this week has in store for us all. Oops. Losing cards. Make sure that's not put in reverse. Stay in my hand. Very clumsy today with my shuffling. Apologies. Okay, I think that should be good. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, Queen of Cups, Four of Swords, Queen of Wands, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So before we get started, like the previous two videos that I did using this deck, I'm going to read from the guidebook on the, not really interpretation, but what the plant is and what's going on in the card, because the cards are not traditional like Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. They kind of do their own thing in the images themselves. So I just want to go through it and read what the creator had in mind for each card. That way you get an idea in that sense. So in the first position for the focus of the week, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is the Sorcerer's Garlic. It states the following. Circe's herb of power, thought to potentially be the magical moly Homericium, because of at least one species fits its description of the white flowers and black bulb. Its name is from the Greek to drive away disease. Circe was an ancient Greek witch described in Homer's Iliad, who possessed the power of transformation, which she used to turn Odysseus's men into pigs after she seduced him. The status symbol on this card is the gold diadem, which is the crown here, with a Heracles knot and encrusted with pearls and garnets, which are the little gems on it, which is really cool. So that was from the guidebook. Now, in regards to the focus for the week, the Queen of Cups is, about being nurturing, being emotional, caring, compassion, empathy, etc. Like, there's so much emotionality when it comes to the Queen of Cups, and really putting those efforts towards other people, right? But thinking about this card as a focus for the week, I want us to ask ourselves how we have been nurturing and caring for our emotional health. We focus so much on others, and, it's great to care for others and nurture others, but we need to remember to put ourselves first in that regard. And that's really what the focus of this week is to put ourselves first. Now, in the next position of what to embrace, we have the Four of Swords. So let me find the page now for the Four of Swords here with the guidebook. Okay, here we go. So we have Snowdrop. So that's what the flower is in this particular card. So it says here, snowdrops symbolize hope and purity, sacred to Virgin Mary, and represents consolation, such as in the story where an angel confronted Eve after Eden collapsed. Seeing her anguish, the angel reached into the sky and touched a snowflake, which then fell to earth and became this flower. This is another plant potentially attributed to Bimoli, as it bears a white flower and is thought to ward off evil magic, like the herb that Hermes gives to Odysseus. The swords are xiphos, used by ancient Greeks, like the kind that Odysseus would have wielded. And you see the swords here on the side. Okay, it's very interesting. I feel like you learned a lot with this deck, honestly, with the entries. It's very, very interesting in that regard. So in regards to like embracing, I feel like the combination between the Queen of Cups and the Four of Swords is like a really perfect pull. It's like a perfect combination, in my opinion, because we have nurturing and caring, and then we have like rest, right? And I feel like in this regard, you want to embrace rest, especially when the Queen of Cups is stating to like focus on you and focus on your emotional health. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is about the mental state. So I feel like it's also bringing in that mental health as well. So you want to focus on you, your mental health, your emotional well-being, your emotional health. And that's what's important, and that's what you want to embrace. You want to embrace that rest that will allow you to focus on those things and put yourself first, which is what the Queen of Cups is stating. Now, in the third position of what to let go, we have the Queen of Wands. Now, let me find that here. And I feel like we've gotten the Queen of Wands quite a bit recently. Like the last two readings, we received the Queen of Wands in the second position. So the Queen of Wands, I don't know, should do a stalker reading, because I feel like the Queen of Wands is like stalking us or something in these readings. It's definitely something to look more into. And so, yes, let me just find the card here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so again, it's the Hulupu tree. Now, last time I read from the small little white book that came with the deck itself, but I also have the bigger book, which is what I'm reading from today, because I just felt like it. So, in regards to the Queen of Wands, the Hulupu tree is mentioned in the Epic of Gilgamesh as a sacred tree to Inanna, the goddess of heaven and Mesopotamian goddess of sex, fertility, war, and power. She finds the Hulupu growing on the bank of the Euphrates and takes it back to her garden in Uruk, intent to carve it into a throne. But three monstrous creatures take up the residence in it. They're removed by the hero Gilgamesh, and the tree is carved into her throne, as well as into rewards for Gilgamesh. Some researchers believe that the Hulupu tree is a willow of some sort, but there's more evidence that points to it being a date palm. Archaeobotanical research shows that Phoenix, the Latin of this, I don't know, Dactylifera, was imported from outside Mesopotamia and used in building houses and potentially furniture. That symbol is Inanna's horned crown. So we have the crown here, right here. Okay, so in regards to letting go with the Queen of Wands, I feel like one thing that literally stands out to me is selfishness. Okay, with the Queen of Wands in like reverse position. So you want to let go of selfishness towards yourself. Now, selfish, the meaning of selfish means lacking consideration towards others, right? But in this case, you're lacking consideration towards yourself. You know, especially when you don't prioritize your health, yourself, you don't put yourself first, you lack consideration towards yourself. And yourself deserves more than that, you know, and you want to show yourself that as well. So you really want to focus on putting yourself first. You want to focus on prioritizing your mental health, your emotional health. It's good to care for others and be that nurturing figure towards others when they need, but you also need that as well in order to care for other people. When I was doing my social work, social service degree, and a big thing that was a part of us and making sure that we put ourselves first was self-care. That was like the biggest thing that was constantly drived into us all the time was self-care. We need to put ourselves first. We need to make sure that we're doing self-care and things like that. And the reason being is that if we don't take care of ourselves, how are we supposed to take care of other people, right? And in social service, you know, you are the tool for others. You use yourself as the tool by listening and by helping and things like that. It's important to put yourself first sometimes as well, is what I'm trying to say with this particular reading here. Now, in the last position for the self-care of the week, we have the Page of Pentacles. So I'm going to read first from the guidebook of the deck. So this is daisies in the photo. So English daisies are the symbol of childish innocence throughout the United Kingdom. A small, beautiful wildflower that readily grows in many a field. In Scotland, it is called Bannerwort. Apologies if I mispronounce that. I'm not sure on the pronunciation. A child's plant, and evokes the simplicity of youth with chains of flowers and stems woven together into a crown. It is also a symbol of spring and early summer, and Chaucer called it the eye of the day because it looks like the sun and closes at night and in the rain. Daisies were also thought to create soothing salves and tinctures to ease pain and small wounds. The status symbol for this card picks up on the radiating warmth of the sun like flowers with a moon-shaped Irish, is that an L? Lunula? Apologies again if I mispronounce any words here. These hammered gold crescents are occasionally still found away from settlements in isolated places around the United Kingdom and sometimes as far as France. Very interesting. Again, you learn a lot with this particular deck, in my opinion. Now, I'll be reading from the Tarot for Self-Care by Minerva Siegel. As always, these self-care activities are in terms of mind, body, and spirit. Take what resonates with you when it comes to the self-care activities. If these self-care activities don't resonate, then just make sure that you're doing some kind of self-care that resonates with you. So in terms of mind, keep the positive vibes coming by taking yourself on a date. Is there a new film out that you're interested in? Go solo and then treat yourself to a lovely candlelit dinner. In terms of body, create a comfortable meditation space using plush and supportive pillows and soft lighting. In terms of spirit, release your inner visionary. Meditate with tektite crystals to help you dig deep and find hidden truths within yourself. As I always say, if you don't have these kind of crystals, an oracle deck can do the same thing, as well as affirmations or mantras. So those were the self-care activities. That was the Cozy Tarot Sunday reading for April 17th to April 23rd. Take what resonates with you. As always, not all readings will resonate. Let me know in the comments what resonated, what didn't. Always love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it's greatly appreciated and helps me in the long run. Thanks so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful week.